As a part of one of society's largest institutions, the education system, our subject is a part of one of culture's largest agents of socialization. It is this agent of socialization that many of our youngins learn social values, norms, and mores.
The research.
For our research design, we chose an observation and survey methodology. We asked Twombly to recount moments when she felt she had the greatest impact on the lives around her, which indicate her impact on society.
I think the biggest impact I have had is encouraging people to think. I don't mean learning what to think, but teaching people how to think. Despite the fact that I have often been discouraged from it, I think the most important thing a person can do is to think for themselves and encourage others to do the same.
What our subject is talking about is the conflict perspective in sociology. The conflict perspective emphasizes tensions between groups and the questioning of social values, norms, and mores. Frequently, communities resist this approach out of a fear that their young will eventually rise up against them, breaking with the beliefs and traditions of the community.
Unfortunately, I've had several encounters where I've been forced to teach people nothing but what to think. I've actually had times when I've been disciplined by my principal for trying to teach my students how to think, because their parents don't want them to learn that.
What Twombly is describing is the concept of sanctions. These are penalties or rewards a person receives for the way they function within societal norms, or the standard of behavior within whatever society you're in. Teachers are particularly susceptible to sanctions because education is the institution primarily responsible for transmitting the dominant culture, not questioning it.
Even still, I have always maintained my own philosophy. Accept nothing. Question everything. Morality is relative. And I have influenced a fair number of people with that philosophy. I like to think that these students are the ones who will be the leaders of tomorrow.
What our subject is describing is stimulating cultural innovation. Although schools preserve and transmit existing culture, they can provide a vehicle for social change. A particularly creative, innovative, and motivational teacher can bring change to an entire community. Llame Escalante. As well as having a tremendous impact on society, Twombly serves as a micro-sociological example of the concept of social mobility.
We were very poor growing up. Neither of my parents finished college. In fact, I was the first person in my immediate family to finish college, and the only one to go on to a graduate degree. It was hard, because I had to swallow my pride and go on welfare in order to go through college. But I did it. Now, I'm getting ready to start my Ph.D. I will be the first one in all of my extended family to do this.
Studies show that education plays a critical role in the societal mobility, or in other words, the ability for a person to move from one social class to another. Twombly's pursuit of education has been essential to her rise from poverty to middle class. In addition, her career choice to be a teacher offers her a certain level of occupational prestige, or respect and admiration that comes from a specific occupation. When she finishes her doctoral degree and gets a job as a full-time professor, she will improve that status even more.
Drawing a conclusion.
So where does that leave us? How much influence does one person have on a society? I suppose the answer to that lies in the individual herself. As an educator, a writer, and a mother, Tanya Lee Twombly has a substantial impact on the societies in which she has been a part. Could she have taught public speaking to the next president? Could she have inspired the next Mark Twain? Could she have raised the next Robin Williams? No one will know how far her influence will reach. Out of her 2,000 plus students, how many did she reach? How many will go on to do great things? How many others will they inspire? The possibilities of sociology are endless.